Today we are honored to have Patrick Hunt, who will bring our homily for the day. Patrick?
Good morning. Good morning. God of all good things, open our hearts to fresh ways of serving you in your world. Open our minds to new ways of sharing all that you have given us. Open our souls so that we may be filled with your overflowing love. Amen. Our generosity can transform our community, and it can also transform us. Our theme of transforming generosity invites us to thoughtful action informed by spiritual reflection. Outwardly, we are called to examine our ability to give ourselves to support our church's ministries, worship, operations, in-reach to our fellow parishioners, and outreach to people in the world beyond. We understand that the soundness of Iona-Hope's financial ability to carry out its ministries depends upon our collective generosity, at whatever level we are personally comfortable. Inwardly, as we reflect on how and why we serve, we realize we have been blessed, perhaps transformed by our experience. We recognize that when we give of ourselves, our generosity of heart transforms us. In a way, we welcome newcomers, help a stranger, care for someone in need, forgive those who have offended us, care for our planet, and live lives of empathy. Transforming generosity as such expands our ability to love and be compassionate towards others, and, with God's help, multiplies our capacity to transform the wider community in which we live. Today's gospel has a message that transcends time. Our age, even more than the time of Jesus, is so obsessed with image that it becomes the most important feature for our leaders, even more than their message or vision. I listened to Jesus' words, which are such a real challenge to this culture, and to his warning to beware not to be taken in by these actions. Jesus proclaims that the woman who put in 2 small copper coins had given more than all the rich people. In a very real way, it is a summary of the whole gospel. For God looks at the heart and its readiness to give generously. Do I measure my worth by my external success? Or am I free to look at my heart and be ready to be generous even in my poverty? I ask God to help me look at myself and at others as he looks at us. I have an announcement to make. Iona-Hope is blind. Yes, Iona-Hope is blind. We are blind to people who are single, married, straight, gay, families of one or many, conservative, moderate, or progressive. We are blind to gender expression, race, physical or mental abilities. We are blind to the young and the vintage. We do indeed welcome all with a glorious sense of love. This is who we are, and with God's help, we will continue to be. There should be an outline of the 2018 projected revenues and our 2019 estimated spending plan in your bulletin. If not, please pick one up after church. I'm not talking about our capital campaign or our future endowment fund, but rather the day-to-day operations of Iona-Hope that enable us to provide a focus for our community and an opportunity for outreach. Our 2019 spending plan estimates a 9% increase over 2018 to $633,000. These increases include a 3% increase for salaries, our after-school program, as well as new IT services and a new video system. Our usual expenses either remained the same or gone down slightly. This proposing spending plan would require a 2019 revenue increase of $53,000. This is our goal. Outreach is a meaningful part of Iona-Hope. The hunger ministry, the animal ministry, our annual Mardi Gras fundraiser, and our thrift shop are all areas that funds and goods a collective for the good of many in our community. This year has seen an increase in the efforts and effects of our giving. We also have small groups that provide opportunities for reaching many people within and outside of our community. The personal interaction of these groups is immensely important. You should be receiving your pledge cards this week in the mail. Even if you do not pledge, please note the back of the card for a list of activities you may have an interest in participating. Please check those and return them with your name. It will help us provide the type of services you want. For those who do not pledge but give generously each year, thank you. Please note that a pledge is not a legal contract. It helps us develop the spending plan for the next year without having to guess and hope what will be available. To those who do pledge or tithe, many thanks for your continued support. Iona-Hope would not exist without you. Our volunteers have done an amazing job this year. Many thanks for all that you do, sung or unsung. Volunteers enable us to operate in a more cost-effective manner and make a major contribution. We thank all our volunteers. When I was working on what I was going to say today, I was listening to the musical Wicked, particularly the duet between Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel. They played Glinda the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch of the West. Their duet was titled For Good, which means forever and for the better. The words hit me as appropriate. These are the words from Glinda. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow, if we let them. And we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I am who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say? If I've been changed for the better, but because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Thank you.